Coming up on today's Code Bet Daily Weekly AFL Show, an absolute belt of a round 22. I'm not feeling too great about my beloved Carlton, but I tell you what, footy's back, so it doesn't matter. Stats guy, what are you looking forward to most?
GWS to keep it close against the Power. Why not?
Gross. What about you, Alex?
Not watching any of the early Sunday games.
Nice one. We're talking player props, game picks, best bets. There's a Rate My Multi. Every single game around 22 is covered. It's the Code Bet Daily Weekly AFL Show. Check it out right now. Welcome to Code Bet Daily Weekly AFL. That's right. It's the Daily Weekly AFL Show. Jeez, I love this. It's time for Footy's Back. It's round 22 of the AFL. I am your host, Jaymz Clements. I'm the editor of a very good website. It's called Code Bet. You can find that at codebet.com.au for all your betting and LSCs and odds comparison needs. The thing is, with the AFL fixture, gentlemen,
Yes.
the old Code Bet is very, very handy. It all lays it out very nicely for every single game. And that's what we're going to do on today's show. I'm joined, as always, by the Pontiffs. That's right. The Pontiffs of punting. With Alex Donnelly over there.
I actually thought we'd never get to this today. We are very late in recording because there's a lot of other stuff going on in the world, and well, we're three men and Gerald.
Well, we're just doing 24/7 Matildas coverage at this point.
Yeah, pretty much.
And Jill Roord scoring goals for the Netherlands.
Yeah. We've also got the stats guy over here too.
I'm just wondering if we can tip Jill Roord in the AFL show because I feel like we've tipped her in every other show, so why not?
Junior Rioli, same initials.
Checks out. Well, as long as we're not talking about stats guys herps, we're all good. Code Footy's back daily. That's right. It's Code Bet Daily Weekly AFL Show. It says on the tin what we do. It's Code Bet AFL. Player props, game picks, best bets for every single game around 22 and a Rate My Multi as well. Now, to recap last week's efforts, no one pointed this out. I wasn't on last week's AFL show.
I didn't realise, yeah.
But we did have the exact same tips.
Good stuff.
For every single game.
So it might as well just be
We
one of
didn't
us.
stink it up at least.
You're both fired. Look, it's just,
Hey,
that's
you're
just how it
coming off
goes.
a 1.
Yeah, but I went from 1 to 6. So you could
Next
say
week he's
I
gonna get
actually
an
made,
11.
I made the biggest improvement of last week. Very simple. And you guys very clearly just copied my amazing.
You
yeah,
went
sure.
from 6 to 1 up to 6 again. Stats guy came off at 9. I came off an 8.
Yeah,
Yeah.
616. Look, I'm just coming in with New York City area codes. Anyway,
First
111 for
619.
me, 116 for Alex, 120 for Stats Guy. Basically an unassailable lead almost at
Nah,
this point.
Stats guy will choke. He's like North Melbourne. He'll find a way to get
I
beaten.
should actually change up some of my tips and go against what you've got. But either way, let's get into it. Let's do some
Yep.
player props with the first game. Well, what is it? Player props, best bets for everything in every single game. Let's start with the first game. Collingwood.
Sure.
Geelong. Friday night footy at the MCG.
Huge.
This
Sellout.
is massive. Yeah, I feel like you're playing something.
It's so delayed.
It
Nice
takes
one.
so long.
The point being, Collingwood-Geelong, the storied rivalry. I still remember when I worked in Richmond and would stay late on a Friday evening to actually get some work done. Place is full of jokers. But walking home, Collingwood-Geelong playing a late round match, I want to say 2009,
No.
something like that.
Stats guy wasn't
2010.
born.
I was
I don't know,
definitely
but
bored.
either way, it was sellout and the place was basically shaking as I walked past.
Nice.
It was so
That's
loud.
tomorrow night.
It was
Sellout,
ridiculous.
yeah.
And that's exactly what we have on hand right now. Collingwood favourites $1.80, Geelong $2.10. A line of about 2.5, 3.5 either way. I think we've got it listed out at -2.5 and +3.5 for the Cats. My pick in the preview leaned at the line for the Geelong game. The Geelong-Collingwood game. For the simple fact that it could be a 1-point Geelong win.
Random Collingwood
1
games.
point,
Like, yeah,
Geelong
just get cited by a
Geelong
point.
lost.
Yeah.
This is what Geelong and the Cats do. I'm like, let's go.
Geelong.
Bring it on. So, Geelong
and the Cats.
Yeah, no, I was
Sorry.
letting him roll with that just to see
The
how
Boys
it
and the Cats.
Yeah.
The Cats are amongst the Pigeons now. But the over-under,
Bill.
I'd love to know what you feel about this one. The over-under is 165.5. They met in round 1 this year. It was 125 to 103. That smashed the over. I feel like we're going to smash it again because that's what they do. I think 3 of the last 5 have actually gone over between these two teams, but also their combined record against the over this year is 24 and 13.
Ooh.
That's a lot of high-scoring matches.
Apparently not meant to rain tomorrow. So
Nice.
That helps, yeah.
The craziest part is this is obviously a Pies defense that's the first-ranked defense in the AFL.
Yep.
Last few weeks, though.
I mean, they
very
did get
shaky.
belted by Hawthorn.
93 points.
Leo's
that
actually
game.
doing
Collingwood.
cartwheels over there. He's got his shirt off.
93 points to Carlton as well the week prior. The wheels are off in Pyland, clearly. Let's just call it.
The wheels are
Let's
off.
call it how it
They're
is.
still first, but the wheels are off.
Pack her up, boys. You're done. There's no way you're winning the flag this year. 14-4, isn't that right? Or something like that? 16-4.
It's not bad.
The thing is, the Pies are still 8-1 at home this year. It's pretty good. Geelong.
Was last week an away game for them? Because
It was, yeah.
So they lost at home as well.
Yep. Geelong 3-6-1 away. That's not great.
Yeah, they've been
That's not
average
great as well.
Yeah.
Thing is, Geelong have had the wood over the Pies. They won 4 of the last 5.
They won like the greatest game I've ever been to last year in that
last
final.
year in the
Yes,
qualifying
that was awesome.
final.
Yep.
Pretty weird sort of setup just because you've got injuries on both sides as well, right? Obviously, no son of the Macedonian marvel, Dacos the younger with a fractured
They cost
knee.
the better.
Also, it does appear that Nathan Murphy might still be back though.
Yeah,
this
what
week.
the hell? We
Honestly,
got told
that's
on Monday they were going to chop
Yeah,
his
he's-
leg off,
yeah.
and then
I don't
they
know, I
came
don't-
out this way. He's
I'm pretty
fine.
sure-
He's actually going to play.
I'm
pretty
pretty
sure
the
he
doctor
actually,
of my footy team. I don't
yeah,
know
he
what
actually
makes
died in a grease fire on the ground that day.
Yeah.
But he's going to play this week, so it's
Must
cool.
have missed that, yeah.
But trying to figure out who wins this game is fraught with difficulty, I feel. Jordan De Goey was like my pick. Like we've talked about Jack Crisp and Jordan De Goey stepping up in place of Dacos. No Steel side bottom seemingly this week as well,
Yeah, no, he's not playing.
maybe. So
There's no spark in Collingwood's forward line at the moment.
that's it. And that's
Yeah.
why I'm leaning on De Goey for 25 plus disposals and the 2+ goals. That's over $7 at the moment.
Ooh.
As a nice little tasty same game multi. The Dacos the older. Joshua, 25 plus disposals, which is what he's averaging this year. He's averaging 26. He's also kicked, I think, 13 goals for the 14
Sounds
goals
about
for
right,
the
yeah.
season.
13, 14.
His younger brother's actually eclipsed him a little bit in that spot. But Dacos 25 plus and a goal has been the gift that keeps on giving for anyone betting on Collingwood games so far this season. The tricky one I found, though, was talking about Geelong midfielders. How do we all feel about Danger? Because he's not
horrible
been
last
great.
week. No.
He's not been great as the Danger man.
He'll pull out a 28 every 3 weeks, but then he just goes missing. Last game he
old.
went absolutely missing.
Because you're old.
He's getting old, yeah.
So what I leaned on, I think, was Tom Atkins is like this sort of weird, consistent performer of 20 plus disposals week in, week
Yep.
out. He's like this perfect multi-edition. And I think the other one that I was looking at for the Cats was literally just I'm just going to go goal scorers then. Let's go Ollie Henry. We'll go
Yep.
Jezza. Jezza booted
Yeah,
6
but don't
against them
forget
last
Ollie
year.
Henry did leave, so there's going to be that, argy budgy.
He played well in that first game back.
In round one, he had
a couple
15
of goals.
touches and 2 goals.
Yeah,
So
a couple of goals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually really, really like Ollie Henry in this one. He had 4 goals last week, and 2 plus for him in this one is $1.80. 2 plus in round 1, obviously, and the 15 disposals. I feel like you can go the 15 disposals and 2 plus goals for him for this one too.
Yep.
And I feel like that's a bit of a win. The tricky part is Geelong, they're just missing so many bodies. It's really hard.
No Hawkins, no Big Labs, no other Henry.
But so are Collingwood. Collingwood's, as you said, their forward line is sort of misfiring. They can't sort of get the mix right
Surely,
week in, week
yeah.
out. So against Geelong's defense, I'm
it's a
just
weird
feeling
one.
like Geelong just sort of sneak out a weird wobbly win where Jezza gets 3 or 4. I actually have 3 goals for Jezza.
Stats guy actually pronounced Jezza Cameron dead during the week and said he's done.
I didn't say
Absolutely
that.
gone.
I didn't say
He's a
that.
shadow.
I said
You said
he was a shadow of himself. I said he's a shadow of
About
himself.
the best forward in the game.
The bloke was gonna kick
Stats guys
100 goals
declared
at the
him
start of the
dead.
Yeah, I didn't say. I said he's a shadow of himself. It doesn't mean he can't bounce back. That's all I
Anyway,
meant.
I think my favourite one for this, though, is to go to step up that little bit more, 25 plus and 2 goals.
Yep.
Jezza 3 plus was over $2, which is probably
The first time all year.
first time in a really long time, which I really like, considering he had 6 against them last year. I think in that qualifying final, threatened to get off the leash a couple of times, didn't go absolutely massively bang.
Yep.
But the 3 plus right there, I like that. The thing is, I just sort of landed just with a,
Been going for 6 minutes.
that's it, a desperate Geelong. So give me Geelong at the line. I'm going to tip Geelong here as well.
I just, rather Collingwood at the G. Geelong, as you mentioned, have been horrible away. They just seem to just get over the line at home, and they're getting a fair few wins at home, but I don't trust them away, so I'm going
Also
the Pies.
lost at home.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
also lost at home a couple of times, yeah.
I'm tipping Collingwood, but I have no confidence. I want Collingwood to win. This is more because I want Geelong to lose for the Swans.
Yes.
So go Collingwood.
You can't say that. That's blasphemy.
Yes, I can. I don't go for Geelong. My girlfriend does.
That's Friday. Saturday, Sydney Gold Coast. Take it away, Alexi.
Yeah, the Swans $1.36 minus 19.5. Gold Coast $3.35 plus 20.5. The over under 166.5. I'm very happy this is at 145 because I can watch it before the Tillies.
Nice.
Love that. Swans have won 4 in a row. We're actually finally back in form. Hell yeah. Gold Coast are 2-8 away from their home grounds this year. That's not great.
That's
one of their wins was against West Coast. I honestly can't remember what their other away win was. They have won 3 of their last 4 at the SCG, though. 4 of the last 5 between these two have gone well over, so that 166.5 looks dangerous there. You're looking at the Swans in their last 3 weeks, and as I've said, they've started to build back into some really good form. 105, 101, and 96 points scored. I think they're back big time, which leads me straight to our favourite Chunley Warner. Ooh. He's had 3 games back, only 65 touches, so just averaging just shy of 22. His 30 disposals against Gold Coast in round 1. 25 plus is $1.58. But an anytime goal at $2 because he's kicked a goal in every game since he's come back. Even late in the game last week when it was raining, snapped that one over his shoulder. Speaking of someone who's kicking goals, we've got the shirt on here.
The Heat machine.
He may have only had 6 or 7 disposals last week, but he still kicked 2 goals, and he's had 2 or more in his last 3. And given his size and frame, he is that awkward matchup for the Suns' defense. He's 235 to kick 2 or more again, so
that's good.
I'm all over that. For the Gold Coast players, Noah Anderson, he's been their best player this year.
He's awesome.
30 plus is $2.10. He averages 27 this year, but this is one where he sort of needs to step up and be like, all right, I want to, put this on notice that I'm the best player here. Look out, I'm going to dominate the game, because if he doesn't play well,
they're cooked.
Yeah, pretty much.
Simple.
And he's kicked 13 goals this season, $1.67 for a goal. Not much, but it's something there. And Ben Ainsworth, bit of a fan of him. 15 plus and an anytime goal is $2.19. He's kicked 19 goals this year in 18 played. And against the Swans, he's got 6 goals in 6 games, and he averages 16 touches at $2.19,
nice.
which also leads us to... Until it stops paying out, I'm not going to get off. 25 and a goal is $2.31. Why isn't this $1.50 yet?
I know.
It's the gift that keeps on giving. He had 30 and 2 last week. He could be a top 10 Brownlow contender for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
At the start of the season, I would have thought you're crazy.
25 and a goal has happened 7 times this season. It's happened the last 3 weeks. 18 goals in 20 games, and he averages 26 touches this season. $2.31 for Errol to make me money.
He might be my favourite non-Carlton player.
Yeah, fair.
I love him. I've got a lot of time for whoa, Errol.
Running bananas from 45 are just amazing. Especially when you're burning a teammate on his own 15 out.
Yeah, but he gets them.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
I think it might go Errol, Suva, Oscar Allen.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not coincidentally, all betting the locks. Just saying.
With that being said, I am tipping the Swans very confidently. Swans at the line. They're back. We're making a charge to the finals.
Jeez, watch you lose this one. I felt and thought very long and hard about this one because the threat of the boilover is right there.
It's the fact that this year the Suns away have been so bad.
Yeah,
like last week, it was just like, oh yeah, they got beaten by 30 points. It was just like, cool.
Just a little bit inept and just like, you just got rolled. Yeah. But that's why I've tipped Sydney as well.
Yeah, I've tipped Sydney. Just at home, like you said. If it was in the Gold Coast, might sway my tip there, but yeah.
The line is a little bit funky because what was it, 20? 19 and a half, 20, 20 and a half.
Yeah.
That would probably scare me. I'd probably go Sydney 1-39.
That's what I've tipped in the article.
Yep.
I don't see them absolutely demolishing them because Gold Coast. But I mean, to be honest,
Gold Coast has been decent.
Gold Coast are weird like that though, right? They could just have 40 points in this game and Sydney could put up 120. You wouldn't blink.
Well, they could put 100
Well, it happened in round 1. We beat them by like 50.
Exactly. So I don't know, it's a tricky, weird game where it could swing either way, but I'll just take Sydney head to head. I think I'd just be happy.
Yep.
North Melbourne, Essendon.
I'm the same as Alex. I'm glad this game's at 1:45 before the Tillies. North Melbourne, we are.
That guy's going to be at Marvel Stadium and then he's going to be somewhere in the city drinking tins.
Shirt off.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, after we beat Essendon.
Rolling into the first game of the EPL season or second game at 9:30 that night. Stats guy might not make it home till Tuesday.
Wednesday. Over under.
Wednesday, I'll take that. As long as I don't have to work Monday, Tuesday. Then
you still do.
No, you still got to work. File your stuff or you're fired.
Sports leave.
We should actually have that, to be fair.
Yeah.
You are working on the weekend, so you could probably take Monday off. Sam Kerr painted on your chair.
As long as you come back with a Sam Kerr tattoo.
Done.
You've also soaked up 45 seconds of this game.
Damn it. Anyway, North Melbourne.
Essendon, who cares? Go the over and Essendon win. Done.
Right,
by 2 points.
North Melbourne, $3.85. They've got plus 24.5 there. Essendon, $1.28 at minus 23.5. The over-under is 171.5. As James just mentioned, I really love this over. We played earlier in the season in a high-scoring thriller. I was actually surprised we got really close. It was 105-99.
One of those games.
Won.
One of those games where you're like, Essendon might not be great this year.
Yeah.
but they're going to win weirdly entertaining games sometimes.
Yes. So yeah, that was a really entertaining game. We actually have had a decent amount of high-scoring games. 7 of the last 9 meetings between the two have gone over the total points. North, we haven't run since round 2, so you can't trust us at all. Look pretty solid.
No, you can't because you don't win.
Look pretty solid against the Demons, up by 30, I think, at one point, and then
It's like the eternal North Melbourne thing. We look good.
Yeah.
Still lost.
Bombers, I love this. They've absolutely plummeted down. They're up down to 12th, losing 5 of their last 7 games.
Spicy stats guy.
Yeah.
I love
hate
this.
the Bombers.
Essendon sucks.
Yeah, it's good.
All right.
At one point, they were 6th
don't you
half the
live
year.
in
They were one
that's
win
why I
away
hate
from being 4th,
I
and
know.
since then they've started
They're just
losing.
losing, yeah. And they only beat the
Hate to
Eagles
see
last
it.
week by 1 point. So I was, pretty
Oh,
surprised.
jeez, I was cheering West Coast hard.
Anyway, I'll get into some player props before I
That's
run out of
a
time and
bad
Alex
beat.
sirens me here. Bailey Scott, I've talked about him a couple of weeks ago. He's been absolutely awesome for the Roos on the wing. He had 31 last week against the Ds, 24 plus disposals in 8 of his last 11 games. So I'm just going to bump that up to the 25. Annoyingly, he's got 24 plus in like 4 of the last 6 weeks or something. So just needs to get
he's
that
got
one more
24.
touch. Yeah, not 25.
Okay,
but I
okay.
think he can get that, hopefully that one more. $2.55. I thought it was great value. And then Jaden Stevenson, Slevo. When he wears the long sleeves, the hoops of the
He's been
North Melbourne-
pathetic for the last month.
3 weeks, he's been bad, but at Marvel, he's still got a good record. He
Instead of
loves the
Slevo,
perfect-
he's been SHITO.
Yes.
Doesn't
Double
really-
TO.
doesn't
I can't
really
say.
rhyme.
Jared has to beep it out.
You got to say something else.
Yeah.
$2.70 for Slevo to
More
get
like
2 plus.
excreto.
Yeah.
There we go.
Extremely crapo.
Then on the Bombers side, Kyle Langford, he's never kicked 15 goals in a season before. This year, he's got 45 now. He's got Ian absolutely awesome, yeah.
That's wild.
He
He
kicked
went back to back.
We kicked 5.
Career best, right?
Yes.
He kicked 5 and 5.
Yeah, and then he got a 4, I think, 4 weeks ago.
And then he kicked like 5 against like Richmond.
He's
or
been
GWS
awesome.
earlier
Don't
in
worry
the
about Peter Wright. He seems a bit up and down sometimes. Get on Langford.
2 meter excreta.
Yeah, there we go. He kicked 4 against
Good.
North early in the season, so 4 plus goals, $2.80. Not great value, but we don't have a matchup for him at all. Then you got Nick Martin, nicknamed the Unicorn, people like to call him, 192 centimeters on. Yeah, when he got drafted, they were like, this guy's 192 centimeters and he's an athletic wingman. What is going on? Anyway,
Keeps breaking down because
Yeah.
anytime he walks into a gale force wind, he breaks a bone.
yeah, pretty much. But he's been awesome, averaging 22. Loves playing at Marvel, averages 20 there in his career, so 20 plus $1.65. Then I'm just going to finish off Bombers. I know they've been pretty average, but they're much better overall squad than North. They're 5-2 at Marvel this season under the roof, so they're pretty strong there. But I don't think they're going to have a blowout in this one. The last 7 of the last 8 North Melbourne games have been that 1-39. A lot of times we've kept it close and then a late sort of surge at the end from the other team.
I have a protest in
Essendon
this
1-39 here, $2.10.
He hasn't mentioned Suva.
Yeah, but there's not as much value there. I'm trying to.
He's $2 to kick 3 goals.
Yeah, 2 goals. I don't know.
About 6 plus.
Yeah, 6 plus. No, I've stopped. We jinxed him the other week, so I'm just.
Yeah, that was
bet on
against
him
West Coast though. That was
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah,
day.
we might have ruined Suba's season.
Anyway, Essendon to win, but it won't be a blowout.
Yeah, I've tipped Essendon. I don't like it. I feel like the Roos might have like a bit of a sneaky chance.
I really hope so. But
I'm just hoping like you get the worst commentary team on Fox Sports than the Swans game.
we always get the worst.
Nah, you'll cop
commentaries.
Mark Howard and Gary Lyon
We've got,
because it's in Brisbane, because it's in Melbourne.
Jared Healy. Oh my god.
Hey, he's not Brownlow medalist. What the hell?
Oh, he's got a footy, but he's not good at commentating.
Whoa. Bang bang says stats guy. I need a.
It's yeah.
can't
Well, you
stand
see
it.
back in my
That's
day,
Simon
it's like,
O'Donnell.
No, it's you got to go the deeper with the Jared Healy, and it's just back
He
in
always
my
bags
day,
North
see,
as
this
well.
is the thing that we did, and it's like,
Yeah,
geez,
but you're
you've
going
just been rabbiting on for 5 minutes.
You'll get the good Melbourne crew, and I'm going to get stuck with Lee Montagna.
We're all taking Essendon.
Yeah.
Brisbane, Adelaide.
Get on to the next one.
I will
Next
not
game.
be watching this. It's at 4:45. It's pre-Tillies. Unlucky. $1.35. The Lions minus 20.5. Adelaide $3.50 plus 21.5. Over under 176.5. Lions have won 10 on the bounce at the Gabba. That includes the final last year where they beat Richmond and broke Jim's heart. The Crows have covered.
Well, they didn't break my heart.
Carlton.
Arc broke my heart.
The
Yeah.
arc, yes.
With the
that's
Tom
right.
Lynch 4th goal that was a goal that was called not a
forgot
goal
about that.
and cost me my $101 multi.
Yeah.
Still talking bad, B.
That was someone on where
I'll
it's
tell you what. Breaking your heart still. Almost 12 months
That's
later.
a bad bird.
Those are the bad beats that just stick with you forever and
I'm
ever
never going
and
to get
ever.
my Matt Short most runs in the Big Bash at
Oh, God.
34.
Yeah, if you ever seen Matt Short and you've had a few beers, watch out, Matt Short.
No. He actually seems like a decent dude. Anyway, Adelaide have covered in their last 7 against the top 4, which is a wild record. Like you have a
Wow.
look at them. They've been beat by Collingwood by 1.2 points. They've lost to the Demons by 4, and they've smoked Port Adelaide twice. They should be 5th, but they can't kick straight. One problem, Adelaide are 1-7 outside of South Australia. That win came against Hawthorn in Tasmania. The last three between these two have hit the overs at 176.5. Brisbane averaged 94 a game this year, but 103 at the Gabba. The Crows average 95.
This is one of my favourite bets of the week.
Yep.
That this goes over.
Over, yeah.
It's two massive high-powered,
Good weather,
scoring
shootout.
offenses.
Good
Up there at the
offenses,
Gabba,
yeah.
off
I like
the-
it.
Maybe have it on the iPad when you're watching the Matildas. Lockie Neal, he's been in and out this season as far as his form goes. It's been a month since he's had 30.
Really?
Absolute chaos.
Yeah,
was
that was against West Coast, but his last four against the Crows, he's had 31 or more in all of them.
Ooh.
$2.25 for 30 plus. Joey Danaher averages a perfect 2 per game against Adelaide, 16 goals in 8 games. The Adelaide defense is a bit weaker at the moment. We were talking about earlier, Duday out with a knee injury, and the other guy's name I've just spaced
Murray
on completely.
and Butts.
Murray.
Butts. And Butts.
Yeah.
How could you forget his name? Is Butts.
Seymour.
Seymour, yeah.
3 plus goals at $2.50 for Joey Danaher there. The same also goes for Hipwood. He's been hot and cold. Fake tough guy. At the Gabba, though, he seems to go well. He's kicked 2 in each of his last 5. $3.80 for 3 plus.
Don't know that he's a fake tough guy.
I don't think anyone thinks he's a tough guy. He's
Insofar
a
as
twig
that
and a
he's
half.
Big. You're like, who is he starting fights? Is he? He's
Yeah,
just
he tries to be like a big guy.
No,
Yeah.
he's just more of a Gumby. He's just like a bit of a. Oh, I'm fighting somebody. It's like, yes, Eric Hipwood, that's what's happening.
I don't think-
You
I don't think-
giant Gumby.
He's like that.
I love the big hippie. Don't get
Speaking
me
of
wrong.
someone who isn't a big Gumby who will throw someone out of the Gabba is the Texan.
Yeah, watch out.
Chasing the Coleman. He's got 28 goals in 9 games at the Gabba and 47 in 16, against the Lions. Average
That's a
out to
massive
3 a
average.
game, $1.92 for the 3 plus. He can still get over the top of Harris Andrews and Payne easily and kick 3. Jordan Dawson has this ridiculously good record against the top 4 teams this year. Against Collingwood in the 2 games, he's had 65 touches and he had 32 against the Lions earlier this year. $2.15 for 30 plus. It seems like he's an occasion player. Like he'll just do what he has to do against the lower teams when they're expected to win.
He
but
lifts,
in big
yeah,
games,
yeah.
it's like, all right, I am the absolute man.
Skipper.
And just to finish off, Benny Keys anytime in 15 plus. He's got at least 1 goal in his last 6 and he's only had less than 15 touches once this season. It's $1.75, but I think that's a nice little just throw into the multi.
Because Keys will break your heart if you go 20.
Yeah,
he always gets 19.
looking at
the 20.
Yeah.
Killing me,
I was
Ben
looking at
Keys.
I was looking at the 20 and it was
Get
like
another haircut.
it was like $2.82 or something, and then it's like you've done that like 5 times.
Anyway,
No.
Brisbane, don't lose at home. We're all going Brisbane.
Brisbane at home, yeah.
So what's the game pick what are you actually going to go with here, Alex?
Brisbane in the overs.
And the overs.
Nice, yeah.
Nice double.
Like that.
Carlton, Melbourne.
All right, timer on.
All right. Carlton are underdogs at $2.25. The Demons $1.67 favourites. The Lions -7.5. Plus minus. A wobbly kind of plus minus. I don't feel like Carlton cover this one. I'm going to get to that in a second. The over-under is 165. Go the unders.
Go the unders, yeah.
Unders! Simple as that. It's like some sort of trying to say like a Swedish guy's name with a bit of an accent. What's your name? Anders. And because Melbourne have won 8 straight against the Blues. The Blues have won 7 in a row. Don't get me wrong. I love my beloved Carlton. We also are missing, I think, 7 of our best 22, maybe 8.
Yep.
Charlie Curnow gets absolutely waxed every time he plays Melbourne. He has 4 total goals in 4 games against the Demons in
Really?
his career.
Yeah.
May and Lever just take turns in tag teaming out of it, like the oblivion.
I'm more
out of him.
surprised he's only played him 4 times. That team's weird as well.
Well,
That's
I feel
because
like
he did
injuries and
miss
stuff.
3 years of football.
True.
He missed just a couple of crucial ones
True.
there, and like last couple of years, he's basically gone a goal in each of the last.
It's
couple of
literally
rushes.
1 goal. I was
One
looking
goal
at the
per
other
game.
day.
Wow.
But this is 2 top 4 defenses. Carlton are second in the league at the moment, which is pretty awesome. Only 72.5 they're giving up each outing. Coincides with Jake and Wiedering just turning into an absolute monster down the back. The D's are 4th at 74.2. The thing is, I think in terms of the overs, you can look at the Demons go, they've found their mojo up front finally. They scored over the last month around about an average of 100 points per game. That Richmond game was like the sort of the Levy almost broke, right? The 130 that they put up on the Tigers. And then last week, they sort of snuck over, but they lose Harrison Petty.
Yep, it's true.
Missed to fix
Sort of unlocked everything that they've been doing the last couple of weeks. So without him, I just think this goes well under. They played basically one of the most stinking games of this entire AFL season earlier this year. These 2 teams, it was like 60 to 40.
That's right. Yeah.
It was horrible. Los Horrible, the Spanish
Did
call
we
it.
watch it?
It was a Friday night, so probably.
Okay.
It was disgusting. Did you like that? Because
Get it.
it's the D's.
It made us
Bailey
feel blue.
Bailey Fritsch had 2 goals in that. Charlie had 1. My beloved Harry Mackay kicked 3. And I think 4 of the top 6 ball winners in that game for Carlton are missing in this game.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So
that's
no
not ideal.
McAllion, no Walsh, no Chera, no Kennedy, and obviously no Mackay. So you've lost the leading goal kicker and 4 of your top 6 ball winners. This will be a Melbourne win. Petrarca, 25 disposals, anytime goal. We've talked about Truck plenty of times.
Awesome.
What's he do? He's 40 metres out on the left wing at the G. Bang.
Straight
Golski.
over the goal umpires.
25 disposals as well. He went for 32 and a goal back in round 12 against the Blues. He had 27 and 2 goals last week. He's been snagging goals like it's going out of fashion against top 4 teams. He's had 4 twice, I think, in the last month and a half.
Yeah,
St Kilda and someone else.
He's absolutely crushing it. And the other one for me, this is the sneaky one. Jake Melksham, the milkman, had 4 against the Blues last year in round 22. Weirdly enough, they played at the same time last year. He did not play in round 12.
He's out of the team.
He is absolutely shredding
He's
at the
back
moment.
there, yeah,
He's
yeah.
kicking 2+ goals week in, week out. He had 4 2 weeks ago, I think. That seems right in my brain. But it was like the one bloke who didn't get amongst it last week. Everybody else was smashing goals past North.
In fairness, it was really cold and windy in Hobart.
And it was a weird game. There was weird
Strange
people
game.
popping up. It was
had Kay
very
Chandler,
weird game.
Alex Neil-Bullen, and
Petty kicked 3
and
still, I
Cozzy
think.
kicked
Yeah,
3.
and-
They all
and
kicked
Cozzy
3,
kicked a few,
and
yeah.
Rue kicked 2 as well. And the milkman just missed out completely.
Yeah.
3+ goals, 425 for
Ooh.
Melksham. I love that. For the Blues, stick away from Charlie. I just go anytime Tom de Koning goal. First goal kicker, Tom de Koning. Throw him up the front as well, just saying. If you've got Pitnet to take on Gawn, throw de Koning up the front to take that Silvani Mackay role. You saw them sort of, all the focus will be on Charlie. I think either Martin or de Koning gets that first goal. Disposals, you go Cripps 25 plus, Doc 25 plus. Doc's, I think, on a run of 12 or 13, 25 plus. I just don't think they got the oomph, though, to win this one at the G on Saturday evening. So I think Melbourne win it 1-39. They've won, I believe, so they've won 5 straight. All of them have gone 139. So I feel bad. It's our first.
You'll be your first loss in
It's our
months.
longest winning streak since the year that Silverchair wrote an anthem for.
Really?
Anthem for the year 2000.
Wow.
Google it. Anyway, it's a banger.
Yeah.
It's not that great. Silverchair, overrated. But anyway, point being,
Bang. They do
Melbourne
listen.
should smash them. I feel bad. Carlton hopefully will give a good account for themselves, but just too many injuries to overcome. Give me the D's.
I'm going D's as well, but I think Alex is against that, is he?
Flaggers! Get around him!
So you can say that. I can't.
Yeah.
Even though it's our word.
I honestly have no idea why I'm tipping them. Like, I had Carlton written down, and then you're just outlining this. I should probably tip Melbourne. But
I've made a good case. There you go.
yeah, you've made a good case. No, but they're on a roll. I just like the way they're going about it.
The thing is, like, you can see Melbourne's forward line falling apart again, right?
That's
Yeah,
where I'm
And
at.
like, with Carlton's defense, like, they've been so good for so long.
But the
now,
thing is,
you can just see
Melbourne's
Melbourne fall apart.
defense can still leak points as well. Like, Charlie can still kick goals, so I'm not
He
too
hasn't done against
concerned.
them ever.
Yep. So he's only been good for like 2 years.
He had 6 2 weeks ago. It's the best defense in the AFL.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just don't see it happening on a Saturday night against the D's.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Oh.
Anyway, West Coast Fremantle, the derby.
The big Western Derby, probably.
This is like the smallest, biggest Western derby.
yeah,
so.
probably the most underwhelming one almost in history. West Coast, I'm going to say that. Hopefully they are all listening. West Coast,
Chris
$5.
Waring's going to come and punch you in the face or something.
Yeah, something
He
like
and Scott Waters,
He and Andrew Gaff, maybe. He loves doing that, doesn't he?
Get
West-
Xavier Ellis to come over and smash you too.
the Matera brothers.
I'll take him.
Glenn Jakovic.
Guys just sit around naming footy players.
Yeah, instead of going to therapy, we're going to talk
talking
about
about
players from the 90s
Honestly,
and the 2000s.
it makes me feel good.
I talked to my dad this morning.
Nice.
We had a 20-minute chat.
It's good.
I just spoke to my dad last night as well.
Yeah, it does.
This is like,
when
this
did
is
you
like
speak
a
to Mark?
therapy session.
I
this
spoke-
week.
When did you speak to
I
Mark
spoke to
McAllion?
him last night, yeah.
You didn't even speak to him today? You live in the same house.
No, I didn't. No, he leaves it earlier than I do.
So,
Wow.
yeah, Mark McAllion, hard worker. Lee McAllion, not so.
Tough saying.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Tough saying.
Yeah. Anyway, are we should we continue?
Yeah, go.
Go.
West Coast.
I'm not stopping you. Like, I'm
You
not
are,
your-
because
I'm
every
not
time
your- I'm
you
not
are,
your dad.
'cause every time I talk, you say something.
I'm not your real
So
dad.
you definitely.
Yeah, actually, his work dad did tap him on the shoulder today too.
Yeah, I'm
it away.
fired. I told you that. Anyway, before I get fired, West Coast $5.25, Fremantle $1.20. The line is minus 28.5 for Freo, and you can get plus 30.5 for West Coast. The over/under is 167.5.
Unders.
Yeah,
Unders,
unders.
gross.
Yeah, I'll quickly touch on that. Docker's relying on Jai. I missed too much. It's only his second year. He hasn't played too many games. That he's going, you got to kick five a game. Otherwise,
Kid's
we're not going to
tired.
kick a big score.
Dude, he needs a nap and some protein.
Yeah, honestly, he does.
Maybe some creatine as well.
So Freo only averaging 67 points the last 6
Oh.
weeks, which is absolutely horrible. I think they'll bump that up against West Coast, who are a poorer team, but it's still not going to go the overs here. And Oscar Allen just can't do it all for West Coast. I know
Hey.
he's an absolute gun, but he can't get 15 goals himself. So
You don't know that stats guy.
I don't know that, but I'm pretty close to knowing that. Yeah, Freo, I think they've been the major disappointments this year. They were a good finals team last year.
Yes. Yes,
now
they
they're
have.
15th. West Coast dead last, continue to build up injuries and just don't look strong enough. So looking at some player props, you got to mention Oscar Allen. I think we should might have to get a button for Oscar Allen.
No,
at
I
some
just
point.
want my damn t-shirt.
Or a t-shirt. So 2+. He's gone 2+ in 16 of the 20 games this year,
pretty good.
which is absolutely awesome. He kicked 3 goals, 3 last time against Freo. He's improved his accuracy in front of goal as well since then. At the start of the season, he was a bit shaky. He's just kicking, most of the time he kicks 2 straight or 3 straight. So I think he's too athletic for Alex Pearce, who...
Sorry, that is he's too athletic for Alex. I'm like, why am I being attacked?
he's also too
He
athletic for you.
absolutely is.
Oh, I'd back him
Gotcha.
15
Yeah.
against you. But
Got him.
He would absolutely towel you, I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah. I just stand there.
No
it's
one's
like,
arguing that.
Like, you know what? I'm just use me as a booster, dude. Just take speckies.
Anyway, I'm going to go
Didn't
3+.
half the Eagles team retire this week as well?
Something like that. Shannon Hearn, Luke Shuey.
Shuey, yeah. So maybe they're going to get a win from him.
Well,
Anyway,
it's a derby. Yeah, I like the fact that they've done it in a derby
for the
week. It's
derby,
like-
just to get fired up.
but the funny thing is, they're going to lift, and if they win the derby, it's like, yeah, we won the derby.
Oh.
You lost Harley Reid. Crap.
yeah.
Harley Reid would ask out after 2 years anyway.
Yeah, he's going to end up at North.
Yeah. 3+ for Oscar Allen instead of 2+, $2.35. I think
That's
he's
not the
gonna,
t-shirt. You're wrong.
Yeah, but you get more value, and I
No,
think he's
you
going
can
to
only
kick at
get
least
2+.
3. Jaden Hunt is also settled in really well since he's been moved to the Eagles. He's got 23+ disposals in 3 of the last 4
Imagine that,
games.
Gone from winning a flag to winning one game.
Yeah.
Tough.
Yeah. Yeah, he's pretty bad, but he's been really good for them. 20+ disposals, $1.80. Then Caleb Sarong, he's been an absolute superstar, averaging 31 disposals, 14 contested touches, 8 clearances, and a huge 110 AFL fantasy points. Leo will love this
Leo's
one.
going to throw something.
110 plus AFL fantasy points in this one. $1.96, I really like. He's been absolutely tearing it up and had 127 in the last derby, so
Nice.
he could easily clear that 110.
Sure.
Amiss, who I just talked about before, amazing in his second year, 34 goals at an accurate 72% goal kicking, which is really good. He's kicked 3+ 6 times this year against teams like Richmond, Melbourne, and Geelong. All have stronger defenses. I think he can easily get 3+ against the Eagles here at $2.20. Then I'll finish off.
I'm going to
Freo-
go bigger for a miss.
You can go bigger.
Yeah, way bigger.
I don't know. He's kicked one.
West Coast stink.
He's only kicked 1 in the last 3 weeks.
Yeah,
So
this is the bounce back.
hopefully, yeah. But at least 3+, I think is good value there. There we go. Freo, they won the derby by 41 earlier in the year.
That's because half of West Coast teams died during the game.
Exactly. And they got Freo got within 3 points of Brisbane last week. I don't see them keeping this close. I'm going to go Freo minus 28.5. I know the Eagles look decent.
West Coast nearly beat Essendon.
Yeah, West Coast nearly beat Essendon,
Flip
but
side,
Essendon
Freo suck.
Essendon suck as well. So I'm going Freo minus 28.5 here. In the derby, they have stepped up. They've won the last 4 derbies comfortably.
There's been no upset in the derby for something like 12 years.
Yeah. So go Freo.
Like betting upset.
But I can
I
understand
was-
if you don't trust the line, but I'm going
It's not like
line.
a showdown. Like there's no like extra oomph to a derby. It's just like, oh yeah, cool.
It's like,
Is it because it's at 4:40 and just no one cares?
No, it's a Saturday night, this one.
Oh,
it's an 8-10
again,
game.
Which usually it's at 4:40 though, yeah.
when Carlton and the D's are playing, does anyone care?
no.
No, we're all going
We're
Freo.
all going Freo.
I'm going to have something on West Coast at the line.
That's a good call because it's 30.5. They can stay within 5 goals.
Well, they should have last time, but everyone got injured in the third quarter, and Freo were like, oh yeah, you have no one. We'll win now.
Sunday, Hawthorn Western Bulldogs. This is a Marcus game. So I'll just quickly run through a couple of vibes on this. $2.70 for Hawthorn. The Western Bulldogs, $1.48. The line is 13.5. That is a funky line. That line stinks.
Yeah. Thought it was going to be a bit
13.5.
more than that.
What
but
time's this game? 1
in
o'clock.
Tassie, 1 o'clock on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Leo's going to be down there.
Be full of
Cheering
your
on.
Sunday roast down there in Tassie.
It's going to have some oysters.
A couple of shucked oysters freshly just busted open in front of you. Over under 169.5. I wrote down Bont 25 plus in a goal, then went, no! We shall not see Bont 25 plus in a goal. He's going to get Finn McGuinness.
Nah, we already talked about this.
Maybe not. The Finn McGuinness train rolls on. It's going to be tricky though, because the thing is, Bont also got pretty nicely.
Bont's
held.
also a big hulking figure, whereas
He also
Nick
only had-
Dacos
half
is
the
the
size,
slimmest stats guy.
He also had 19 in their first matchup this season. So they held him kind of here and there. And we know what happens in Tassie.
Not
Days
a
in
lot.
Tassie?
Weird stuff.
Sorry.
Once again, you're mistaking Tassie for Vegas.
Yeah,
Stats
sorry.
guy. You're
Close
very
enough.
easy to trick, apparently.
Yeah.
Stats
So
guy,
what
yeah.
happens in Vegas
is
stays in Vegas, except for that herpes thing you got.
Yes.
Vegas is very small compared to what I thought.
He thought there was going to be
I've
bright
been to
lights. It's
Vegas.
just a howling
it's
wind
a lot
and
better than
freezing
Tassie, I'll
cold.
give you that.
19 in round 7 for the Bont.
Tassie's nice.
Yeah.
McGuinness out there collecting scalps like Stats guy on Tinder, I'll tell you.
Ooh.
Adam Treloar, though, averages 27 against the Hawks, 25 plus for him. Lock that away. Norton, 3+ goals. Aaron Norton, the flying headband, kicked 14 and 9 in 7 games against the Hawks. I feel like this is the one. If there's ever a game that you forget to watch, you go, oh, that was the game that Aaron Norton had 4 in. I saw like a half of that game.
I've got
'Cause Aaron
something
Norton-
on Sunday. I can't
Aaron
even-
Norton,
Oh, yeah.
that's when Aaron Norton shines. You're like, oh,
That's
I'm
right.
busy.
It's Tins afternoon.
There you go. It's like you've.
I'll be
you've
at a brewery drinking Tins.
Exactly. You've put away a couple of tins on a Sunday arvo.
You check the score.
Aaron Norton
Aaron
kicked
Norton's
4,
kicked 4.
and then you completely forget about it. That's how Aaron Norton rolls. So give me the 3+ at least for Aaron Norton. On the Hawthorn side, Mitch Lewis. What's he done this year?
Kick goals.
Kick
Kicked some
goals.
bags.
19 and 9 against the Dogs. That's not right. 19 and 9, I think something.
You know what? I'm just going to call it.
No, 19 and 9 in Tassie.
Calling
Tassie,
it.
I was
Game
gonna-
over. All right, let's move
Will
on.
Day 25 plus, Connor Nash 25 plus. They had 13, 26 respectively back in round 6. They're going to smash it again. Weird stuff happens in Tassie. I'm going Hawthorn.
Oh,
Changing.
jeez.
Sure. Western Bulldogs, but again, I won't see this game. I'm going to have to watch the highlights on Monday morning before I do my wrap.
I just think weird stuff happens in Tassie. Jamari
Weird
Ugle-Hagan
stuff does
can't
happen
kick
in
a ball
Tassie.
outside. Norton
that
does-
wind is going to just throw him off. Of
course he is.
The wind's going to get rid of Norton's headband.
Waitman can't play outside of Marvel. Simple as this.
Waitman
Dogs
can't
cooked.
play.
Dogs cooked. Let's go Hawks.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I cannot not tip the Dogs. Got to go on the Dogs.
Well said.
Good chat,
Thank you.
stats guy.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway,
Well,
St Kilda,
I was waiting for the next game.
$1.85, minus 2.5. Richmond, $2.02.
One word summary for this game.
Yeah. Again,
What is
Hard
this?
to tip. Hard to tip.
This game stinks.
thank God I'll be having Tins to get me through it. Over under is 165.5. That screams unders. Richmond winless in their last 7 at Marvel and have failed to cover in 7 of the last 8. They stink.
I did like McWalter throwing Dimmer under the bus, though, about Marvel earlier this week.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
That's great. McWalter's not going to have a job next year. And,
Funny joke as well.
yeah, but he won't have a job next year and Dimmer will.
Granted.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Anyway, Richmond
Got that.
sucked last week, and the Saints, they sucked even more. They were outscored.
Well, they were good for 2.5 quarters.
Yeah, but
the Saints.
Again, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They were outscored 51-10 after halftime, and I think
That's a bit.
yeah,
51 to 10.
Yeah.
Jeez.
yeah.
That's pretty
and
funny.
the Saints' last 3 wins, like Secura going good. Then against West Coast, North Melbourne, and Hawthorn.
Powerhouses. Absolute
Bottom
powerhouses.
3 teams.
Bottom 3 teams. Richmond did win by 20 points earlier in the year, and it was absolutely pizzling down at the MCG. I don't know where to start. Unders, 6 of Saints' last 7 have gone unders. I'll go with that. St Kilda players love getting touches that mean nothing. So Crouch, Sinclair, Wanganeen, Malira, 25 plus. Multi them together get you $3.06.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
'Cause
That's
they'll
it.
definitely do that.
Yeah.
That's
Nah,
unreal.
Miller will probably get
I
you
think
24.
I
He
feel
keeps
like
getting
Sinclair
20.
fell short last week, maybe.
Yeah, that's because he didn't have a
So-
touch in the last quarter.
Yeah, exactly.
Like he
No one
literally needed like 1. Max King, again, he's got 2 or more in 15 of his last 16 day games. It's $1.55. That seems like Max King. Oh yeah, he kicks 2 and has 4 touches. Sure. Stats guy's favorite, Mason Wood, is having his best
I
year
actually
in forever.
still like him. We got rid of him, so it wasn't like wasn't a bad
like
move.
what I said earlier, Stats guy's just like so nice about everything except for Jason
I
Horn-Francis.
think he gave Mason Wood the Brownlow earlier this season.
He did. He actually did. 25 plus in his last 4. He's still $3.05 to have 25 plus. So, sure. Richmond, Liam Baker has had a goal in his last 5, and he's actually been playing really well. He's $3.20 for 20 plus and a goal. That bangs around to his average. He's had 398 disposals in 20 games this year, so just shy. It's like 19.9. He's been quiet in their 2 losses, and if he fires up, Richmond usually do win. Shea Bolton has 3 in each of his last 2 against the Saints. Let's be honest, the Saints have got nothing who can contain him if he actually gets up and rolling. If he has his 3 goals, he'll have 20 plus. $9 for that multi. I reckon it could be a Shea
all right.
Bolton
Bad,
day.
Yeah, I
actually.
like that.
Yeah,
a lot.
And Dusty, he's back from a week off and he's fresh, and they've got to win these last couple of games to actually be a chance of playing finals. He's got 2+ in his last 3 and 15 disposals thrown in. It's $2.26. Sum it up, I have absolutely no idea.
Draw.
Tigers have won 7 of the last 10 against the Saints, and 2 of them have been at Marvel. So, you know what? Richmond.
To be honest, this could be a draw.
$51 you get.
18 each.
As I feel about this game.
I'm going St Kilda only because it's at Marvel and the
Sure.
Tigers can't win there.
I'm the same, yeah. They looked horrible last week at Marvel, so
Yeah,
I'm
but
gonna go Saints.
man, I saw St Kilda too. Even like they were so bad, and you know what? Draw.
Draw.
Yeah,
You picked that.
I'm tipping the Tigers though.
All right. Final game of round 22. It's Port Adelaide versus the Greater Western Sydney Giants.
Pretty big game, yeah.
Have fun, GWS admin losers.
Yeah, they're good, GWS.
Yeah, they were
on the
crying
social
after
media.
they crying after they lost last week to Sydney. They were talking crap all week, going, "Oh, we played South Melbourne," and this one's went, "We beat Canberra tonight."
Oh, nice. Yeah. Got that. Port Adelaide, $1.50, GWS $2.70. The line is 13.5. The over
That's a
under.
weird line too.
It is a bit of a weird line.
That is
Over
a
under
funky line.
168.5. Port looked unstoppable earlier in the season, obviously winning 13 straight games. They've now lost 4 in a row. As we were talking about earlier in the week, though, they're probably not going to drop out of the top 4.
They could lose 7 in a row and finish
still
fourth.
finish in the top 4, which is crazy. And yeah, they've had some injuries building up, which hasn't helped, but it's been crazy. Collingwood losing a couple, Port losing 4 in a row. It's been pretty nuts. They were pretty strong against Geelong
Brisbane
last
Lions
week.
will win the flag.
Brisbane. Oh, I don't know about that. Is that who you're on?
Nearly
there?
lost to Freo last week.
Yeah, I don't
but,
trust them.
Two,
Away.
two finals in Brisbane, and then whoever they
Then
play
they're
against
out at the
CJ,
G. Yeah. Giants won 7 in a row before their loss to the Swans, as Alex just mentioned. They're still in the top 8 though, which is they're going really well. I think a lot of us.
If they lose here, they'll miss the top 8. The Giants.
Yeah, I haven't looked at the rest of their
They
run.
cop Carlton in the last round. They've got Essendon next week, and they cop Carlton
It'll
in the
probably
last
come
round.
down to that last game.
Don't you
right?
put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
And it's the last game of the season at 6:10. We should actually live stream that one too.
We actually probably should.
Yeah, I'm going the under, but just
I could live stream
this
it
one.
from there.
Ooh.
Yeah.
There you go.
Just the
Oh,
selfie.
yes, sins. Squid, what do you think? Shut up, Dad. I'm eating my hot dogs.
Yeah.
Just cut the sad Jim. Or losing by 50.
Oh, no, you won't be losing by 50 against GWS.
Anyway.
I'm going the under. The under 100.
Whose idea was it to give Alex the sound?
I know. It's been crazy. Under 168.5. Sam Taylor, All Australian, looks to be set.
All Australian
fullback. He's been awesome. 5 of the last 7 GWS matches have gone under because of that. They've got a really strong defense. And then I'm going to have a look
Last
at
week
some.
was just a shootout.
Last
just
week
one
was a bit of a
those weird
shootout.
Games.
One
Like,
of
the Swans actually
Yeah.
tagged him. Like Will Hayward tagged him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't see that. There you go.
So,
Well,
yeah.
that's not a bad idea.
But it's also like, what forwards do Port Adelaide have to get a hold of him? Like Todd Marshall, like Sam Taylor, get on the hills. There you are.
Anyway, looking at some player props as well. Zach Butters, he's got a goal in 8 of his last 11 matches. He was pretty much carrying their side last week. There was a few stages where it looked like Geelong were going to kick away. Butters would take about 4 bounces on the wing and get him back into the game.
Just for the record, it was a moral victory for Port Adelaide, according to Ken
Like the
Collins.
England and the Ashes sort of.
Yeah, checks out.
Yeah. But $2.40 for someone that loves sneaking forward, I think is a great value bet for Zach Butters to kick a goal. Rozee, last few months, he's been absolutely awesome. Probably since round 16, he's absolutely stepped it up to another level.
Yeah.
Since round 16, he's averaging 27 disposals and a goal and a half.
I
which is-
think he's overtaken Butters for me as my favourite Port player.
in the second half of the season, I
Looks
think
too
he's
much like Ramsey Bolton. From that one.
interesting.
Sure.
But he's been absolutely awesome, averaging 114 AFL fantasy points since then as well. He's got the elite fitness and ability just to do it all. As Alex mentioned, he's an absolute star. So 110 plus fantasy points, $2.02. So
25
you get Ladbrokes.
disposals and 2 goals for Rozee.
Yeah, I don't mind
especially
that as
home,
well, yeah.
It's like one of the absolute just,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
get on that one.
Yeah. So that probably is a bit better value than your fantasy, but I don't mind a little bit of a fantasy look there. Then on the GWS side of it all, Lockie Ash has been in amazing form for the Giants. I think he's an underrated player. He's averaging 25 disposals, an elite kick, and has had 25 plus in the last 3 games. 25 plus is $2.20.
Yep.
Yeah,
Unreal.
a guy that's just doing it most weeks and over $2. That's
and
great
you're
odds.
just like, oh yeah, he did it again.
Yeah,
Cool.
They just go to him every time. Sort of like Whitfield off halfback.
Yeah.
They use those 2 each time they come out. And then Toby Green. You can't talk about GWS without talking about Toby Green.
He's somehow still kicked 3 last week.
He's so underrated. He should be locked for All Australian. He's averaging 17 touches and 2.8 goals this season. I think he's going to get around his average here. He's got 3 plus in the last 4 games.
If GWS had have won last week and he had like that
That sort of game.
absolute win left
5 goals.
thing, I'm like, Brownlow.
I was just about to
Sure.
say, could Toby Green actually, now with Dacos going down?
They had such a bad start to the year.
If he had have actually like snagged a 3,
But there's 7 or 8, but there's still 3 games to go. And if he has 20-4 this week,
Yeah.
And the thing is, he's won 6 or 7 games off his own boot, and he's probably going to get 3 in all of them.
but the umpires also tend to hate him. So
Yeah, but he hasn't been a dick in the last couple of years since
But
like
at the
COVID.
Same time,
They do still hate him. Yeah.
But
He
there's-
was karate
there's
kicking
so
people.
many games where he should
I mean, when
get
you're the
through.
Karate Kid, like it's a bit tough to then go and win a Brownlow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Yeah.
hard to turn around that reputation, right?
He does.
That's why I
he
don't
does
think the umpires
deserve
should
to
be
have
there.
like
I
24,
mean, Stats
25
Guy turned
votes
around
this year.
his reputation as a malcontent
Yeah.
teenager standing there smoking cigs
Yeah.
in a leather
Well,
jacket.
Stats Guy didn't.
I don't think I've done
Fights-
any of those things.
Starting fights on the main streets of Essendon, in trouble with the cops.
Stats Guy didn't
Week in,
abuse
week out.
anyone
Mean
last week at
Streets
the
and
party.
Essendon do not go hand in hand.
And then he turned his life around. He's just an ex-con trying to go straight and get his kids back. That's how he rolls.
Is this a new? Am I in a new Amazon movie?
Yeah.
It's like, what,
But
just
he also,
Guy.
but he still has herpes.
hey.
Jeez. He can turn that around as well with the help of
Go to
ointments.
Chemist
I
Warehouse.
don't
It's
know.
literally downstairs.
All right. Anyway, continue.
Oh, there we go. I'm gonna get buzzed out again.
We just wrote a Hollywood blockbuster.
Yeah, I know.
Gerald, we have
I'm
the
not
cameras to do this.
I'm
In
not
that
complaining about
45
that.
seconds,
I'm not
it was
complaining about
awesome.
that. Yeah.
We have a studio set up. We could do this.
Yeah.
Does that make us scabs if the Hollywood writers are on strike?
Yeah, we
just
are.
wrote a mutiny
That's
strike.
all right.
With apologies to everybody out there striking.
I got very
We won't do it
serious.
again.
all of a
Disney, you
sudden.
should pay them, you dorks.
Anyway, you got to get on Toby Green. He's going to get above his averages, 15 plus and 3 plus goals, $2.85. Really like.
Watch him fly kick somebody in this game now.
Yeah, watch
Yeah.
him be
He's gonna get
ineligible.
reported, yeah.
Now
Studs
that
up.
I've had something on him in hundreds to win it. Watch him kick someone's head off.
Kick
now.
someone's head off. But I don't mind GWS at the line. And this one, I know we said it's a bit of a weird line, the plus 13 and a half.
It stinks.
They've covered the line in their last 5 games on the road, though. They're really good away. They've covered 6 and 3, I'm pretty sure, this year. But I'm going to lean towards Port to win in a really close one.
Port
Port
at
at home.
home is just
Still
a
8 and 2
tougher
at home. I know they lost twice
They
to
came there and
Adelaide.
beat Adelaide earlier in the year.
Yeah.
Like, it's just...
I know, it's a bit of a tough one. I was tempted
They're
to tip
unbeaten
GWS.
in Adelaide this year. They did beat Hawthorn there too and at Norwood.
That's true, actually, yeah. But I'm going to lean towards Port because they're just a stronger overall team, I think. They've got to bounce back at some point with the amount of stars they have. So Port, but GWS at the line here.
Yeah,
Sure.
Port disappointed me a lot last week in that Geelong loss.
They almost got there.
But I feel like they'll have just enough of this GW. I
Yeah.
love the GWS at the line.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be really
a
close.
weird 8-point game or something. But I hate that line. Anyway,
Yeah.
going
Port.
Port.
Cool.
Nice. I believe that means we're going to raid my multi.
Rate my multi. We have a little thing on the
Oh, you
screen
haven't
there
seen
too.
those, yeah.
Yeah, you telling me. All
Yeah.
right. Alex, picks at the line.
Yep, just a couple of games here. Pies minus 2.5 on Friday night. The Swans minus 19.5. Stats Guys beloved Kangas plus 24.5.
Oh, I don't know.
West Coast plus 28.5 and Richmond plus 2.5 because I somehow trust them more than St Kilda. Gentlemen, $24.76 with our friends at Ladbrokes.
Ugh, 3.
Yeah, I was going to go 5 or
Yeah.
6. I don't know if I
It's
trust.
very-
I don't trust the Eagles.
I was
don't
like,
trust
oh
the
yeah, I'll
Eagles.
do a picks at the line. When I got after my first 2 games, I went, oh no.
This sucks.
It literally does.
Yeah, it's pretty hard. I think just because obviously I think I like the Cats at the line more than the Pies. The Roos, it's just hard to sort of trust that as
Yeah,
part of my
I
multi.
went free at the line, so I can't take Eagles.
And yeah, the Eagles look. It's
Derby.
It's one of those like it's good in the concept of it is like, oh yeah, they could probably do that, and you're like,
And then
they
they
still
don't.
lost by 60.
yeah.
And even that Tigers one, I just hate that game.
Yeah.
So I, was just-
Well,
yours
I
is
did
that a
want to do
zero?
It's gonna
GWS
be a
and
zero.
Port as well. So,
I think I just refuted all but one there.
You're like, I don't trust this one.
well, yeah,
I
that's
don't trust
fine.
this
So
one.
3, that makes work. Yeah, sure.
It
All right.
stinks.
Yeah.
It's best bets, it's best bets, it's time for all the best bets.
It is the best bets. Give me Paddy Cripps. If you want him with a 25 plus disposal and anytime goal, I'll get you $3.40. I actually really don't mind that. Cripps at the G doesn't mind a bit of a snag. Hasn't hit the scoreboard much this year. We talked about this earlier. Last season, he got around.
He was kicking the goals, yeah.
and that sort of that'll get you a Brownlow apparently. But I think he's only got 5 for the season. Might be a little bit more after that. He had 3 a couple of weeks ago, but 25 and anytime goal for it to be that much, I kind of like. But if there's 2 other best bets, simple ones for me: Essendon North over, Brisbane Adelaide over.
Yep.
Simple as that. I love these 2 because Essendon North Defensively, stink.
Yep.
Brisbane, Adelaide, two of the best offenses in the game going at it. And you could probably throw Carlton, Melbourne under in there as well. So that might be rate my multi. Essendon North over, Brisbane, Adelaide over, Carlton, Melbourne under.
Yep.
Cool. But yeah, they're my best bets. Stats guy.
GWS plus 13.5. I just mentioned it, but that's one of my best bets. I was because I'm really tempted to tip them. They as Alex mentioned before, they're actually pretty strong at Adelaide Oval. I didn't say this before, but I think they're 6-3 in their last 9 there and stuff.
That includes just beating the Crows every time they go there.
Yeah,
every time.
Conceivably, you could just call Adelaide really Western Sydney.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it just keeps going.
That's true. It just keeps going
it's
west.
really Western Sydney. Like, this is Adelaide. Nah, really Western Sydney.
Greater, really Western Sydney.
Yeah.
GRWS. I like that.
Nice.
And then Amos 3+ goals. I think he's going to absolutely tear it up against the Eagles.
Amos or Miss?
Amos. Did I say Amos?
Amos.
There we go.
Yeah.
Like
Amiss.
Stephen K.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
That's what I was thinking of.
That blockheaded comedian.
I think I saw him on the TV
Ooh, I'm
last
not
night.
entirely sure about this, but I'm going to kick 3 goals. It's like,
I don't know the rules. Anyway, Amos 3+ goals, $2.20, and then I might bump that up to 4, as Jim just mentioned before, $4.10 for 4+ as well,
like that
which
a
is
bit
good. Bit more value there.
push.
Yeah.
Alex.
Errol, 25 and a goal, $2.31.
Whoa, Errol.
Dusty, 15+ and 2 at $2.26, and Lockie Neal to get 30 against the Crows, even though no one's going to be watching, $2.25.
That's
Cool.
not funky. That's funky. All right, there you go. That's it. CODE Bet Daily Weekly AFL Show done once again. Round 22 in the bag. Love to see that. We'll be back on deck with another AFL, well, not an AFL show, a daily show tomorrow, which will be EPL.
Yep.
We actually have the EPL season preview already in the feed. We'll have the match week 1 because EPL's back this weekend.
Woo.
Saturday morning, 5 a.m. Burnley and Manchester United.
Your accents might be the worst of anyone I've ever met.
Anything just go there.
Yeah, just lead into it.
Burnley. Yeah. The Scotch Burnley? I'm not entirely sure. Either way, get right around all the shows. There's the NRL show, the EPL show, and of course the Daily Show. We have a full Matildas and Women's World Cup show that popped up early today.
Yes.
Just Stats Guy and I going through all the quarterfinals. And of course the EPL preview, the EPL show, like a review.
Live stream.
Star them all. And there is a live stream tomorrow morning at 11 a.m.
Friday morning, 11 a.m. for those listening on Friday.
Absolutely no other times. That'll be the Netherlands, hello, and Spain, which should be an absolute belter of a game.
It's at 11 o'clock on a Friday. Wild.
Why not?
Prime time.
It's Friday morning tins. What are you talking about? Let's go.
Spicy kombuchas.
Anyway, check a follow for CODE Bet across all the socials. Facey, IG, X, TikTok, Twitch, YouTube, Threads. Nailed it. And send in any questions. Any rate my multis. Any multis you want rated, Stats Guy will do it. And we'll make him do a dance as he does it too.
We'll also send you a sticker if you give us proof of giving us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
That's right. We have some stickers to give out. So do that.
Yeah.
I'll send you one.
They're nice stickers.
You can really rep your brand.
Yeah.
Rep your hood. All right. Thanks, Stats Guy.
Thank you.
Thank you, Alex.
Thought you forgot my name there. Cheers.
Okay. And of course, thank you to Leo and to Gerald for doing all the other stuff over there. Good on them. They
Good
do
stuff, Leo.
Things, we assume. Anyway, what do we say, Stats Guy?
Gamble responsibly.
No, we say, footy's back! I love it. May all your picks come in. That's CODE Bet Daily, the weekly AFL show, done for 1 more week. Happy punting. Go the Blues. We'll catch you next week. CODE Bet Daily, weekly AFL show, out.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.